Hi everyone, I'm going to show you how I made this template in OneNote. So as you see, it's just a series of boxes that I have color coded and inserted a little pen icon indicating to students that that's where they should be writing their responses. So I'm going to start with just a blank page here. It's pretty simple to do. It's just inserting a different series of tables. So you put your icon where you want your first table. You go up to Insert, Table, and you click on it. You can either just draw your table. Okay, I want it, 2 by 3, or if you need a really, really big table, you can go to down here to Insert Table and do a custom number. I tend to do a 1 column, 2 row table just for those single questions that I want students to answer. So there we go, 1 column, 2 row. It starts out really tiny. You don't want to leave it like that. Just like any table you might put into Word, you kind of put your cursor over until it changes to that moving icon, and you just click and drag the table to the size you want it to be. Once you have it the size you want it to be, now it's time for that color coding. So to just change the color of one box, you just put the cursor in the box that you want to change the color of. So I want to change this first one. I click on that. I go up to my ribbons and make sure I'm on table. The table ribbon will only be there when your cursor is in the table. So if I was down here working, you see that the table ribbon is not there. So you have to make sure that, the thing you want to manipulate is highlighted. So you put your cursor in the box that you want to change, click on table, and then we want to come over here to the shading, the paint shading icon. So you click down and you can click down and pick any of the kind of standard colors available to you. So make this a nice little purple there. Or if you want to get really fancy, you go down to more colors and really customize your color there. Okay, so I'm going to leave it that color, and then you might put your question, what is your name? And then your students would respond in this box. In order to get the pen icon, I inserted an image, and I'll show you that in a moment, but I find that images, when you insert them, are huge, like just way bigger than you would want them to be. So I tend to insert them over to the right and get them to the size I want them to be, and then put them where I want them to live. You don't have to do it that way. It's totally a preference. You could insert it right into this box and play with the size there. It's just the way I do things. An important thing to know about OneNote is that you can write anywhere on the page. And so just a quick double click, 1, 2, and it puts the cursor where you want. And so that'll be important for later if you want to do kind of side by side boxes, which I'll show you. You can set that cursor wherever you want to put that new box. Okay, so to get that little pen icon, I put a cursor off to the side. I went up to the top to the insert ribbon, and then I went to online pictures. Okay, and it's going to think, okay, so that brings up kind of like the stock photos that are freely available. So you can, powered by Bing. If I wanted to put in a little dog, I could click on that. I just did a search for pen, very creative, I know. And it was the first one that came up, but it was also the one that I liked the most. So you get all these different options. I picked, let's be different today, that one, and just pick insert. And as you can see, that is way bigger than I want it to be. So once I've inserted, I click on the image and it brings up those boxes around the border. And then you can just click and drag the boxes to be the size that you want it. Okay. Then I find it's easiest if you then highlight it, right click, cut, and then, ooh, my cursor went away. And then put it into the box, cut, and then I do Control V or right click, paste. Okay, so say you wanted a table that, so now we've done it, we've made it a color, we've inserted our pen icon. Now students can write in that box. Again, you might need to teach them the double clicking thing, so that if you wanted to write this box, then there we go. They could be writing right down below that box. If they don't like the pen there, they would be able to highlight it and delete it. When you're in a table, when you have your cursor in that bottom box, you wanted to add more boxes below, you just hit enter and it creates another, oh, nope, there we go. There we go. And it creates more lines for them to work on. So the box will continue to expand as much as the kids need it in order to do their response. So say that one's all done, you wanted to do another box down below. Again, you just down below wherever you want the box, double click, 2 quick clicks, table, insert table. I do the 1 column, 2 rows. Again, it'll come that a little small size. We click and drag. We put the cursor in the box for the one we want to change the color of. And then now go up to shading, we pick our color, and now I've made that yellow. Hello. And the students could write in that box. So now I need a pen cursor. Now all I have to do is go up to the pen, either right click and copy or Control C, go to where I want it, Control V or right click and hit paste. So you can copy and paste that pen icon in the exact same size into each new box in which you want the kids to write. I also did last spring, a lot of things were different last spring, but you can also create a page like this, where I did some smaller color-coded side-by-side boxes because it helped kids kind of know, okay, in the green box, if I want to ask Pattison a question, I did that. The red feedback box, so I could indicate in my email, check the red feedback box for your feedback. And that was helpful for students to kind of navigate. So if you want to do some side-by-side smaller boxes, it's the same process. Again, double click where you want to put the box, insert, table. I'm doing another 1x2, but this time I'm just not going to drag it all the way over, right? I'm just going to make it the size that I want. So maybe I just want it to be a little guy like that. I want to highlight it. I want the whole thing to be color. So anything that you want to be color, if you want to do multiple boxes, a color at the same time, you just highlight all the boxes you want to be that color. We'll make it green. And there we go. And if so, I want another box off to the side here, you just, again, double click where you want the box to be, and you can go to insert, go to table, and insert a new box. And again, drag the side to where you want it to be. We'll make that one green like that. Okay, so super quick. Oh, I want the kids to be doing writing. I go back to my pen. I do Control C or right click, copy. I go to where I want the pen. I put the cursor in the box. I hit Control V or right click, paste. And then I can tell the kids to be writing there. I hope that's helpful. Feel free to email me if you want me to walk you through it or create something together. But you can make these pretty fast. I had people ask that, to send them this template. Except for me playing with the colors for a long time, it took me about 2 minutes to make this template. Just insert text box, insert pen, copy paste, copy paste, copy paste, right? You can copy and paste this table over and over again and just change the color. All right, email me if you have any questions. Thanks.